The NBA season is almost here, so you know what that means. It is time for some predictions. What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA. If you're new to the channel, welcome, guys. And please make sure to subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below and turning on my post notifications to be notified every time I drop a new video. And I do so weekly and sometimes daily, so you don't want to miss out. Like I mentioned before, NBA season right around the corner. I got a lot to talk about. You guys see the title. We're going to be talking about the Bulls. We're going to be talking about the Bulls season and my top 5 bold predictions for the Chicago Bulls this year. So again, guys, we're talking bold, okay? This means they are a bit outlandish, but that is the point here, okay? If I'm saying Zach LaVine averages over 20 points a game again this year, that's not exactly bold, okay? So they may seem a bit too much, but keep that in mind that it is bold. And also follow me on my Twitter, guys, my social media, links down below for my Instagram and my Twitter, okay? So with that being said, I don't want to wait any longer. Let's get started. So let's get started with number 5. And again, folks, we are going to be going in reverse order. So I'll be starting with 5 and then going all the way to 1, which means number 5 is going to be the least boldest. And then 1 is going to be the boldest, okay? So number 5, Daniel Gabbard makes an all-rookie team, folks. Daniel Gabbard is, of course, our rookie center from Arkansas, who we drafted this year in the 2nd round, folks. He was a 38th overall pick. And the reason to me this is bold is because, again, he's a 2nd round pick. Usually these all-rookie teams, the 1st and 2nd team, are reserved for the guys that were drafted in the 1st round. So I believe Daniel Gabbard has the ability, the talent, and if he gets the opportunity to certainly make some noise, I believe he can make, for sure, like an all-rookie 2nd team. I see him coming off the bench for the Bulls, getting a lot of boards, a lot of blocks, a little bit of a Tyson Chandler playing style, if you will. So if he racks up those numbers, folks, I mean, he's got an opportunity to make an all-rookie team, folks. So that's crazy. Imagine if Kobe White doesn't make it, but Daniel Gabbard does. So to me, I love him. He's a talented rookie, and I do believe he's going to be our backup center right off the bat behind Wendell Carter Jr. No, Cristiano Felicio is not going to get that job. Thank God. And if he does, I'll be very disappointed. So I believe Gabbard, again, if he can come in and give you, good points, boards, and blocks, more so boards and blocks and points, I believe he's got that opportunity. Like if he puts up, 10, 7, 10, 8, and 1.5, I think that's good enough to make a 2nd team. So there you have it. Number 5, Daniel Gabbard makes an all-rookie. Now let's move on from number 5 to number 4, and let's move on from the backup center to now the Bulls starting center, and that is Wendell Carter Jr., who I believe averages a double-double this season. Yes, that is bold because last year he averaged 10 and 7, folks. He played about 44 games and averaged 10.7 rebounds. This year, I believe he can do 12 to 15 points and 10 rebounds a game. 10 rebounds is more important because that, of course, gets him the double-double. Because to me, when we take a look at this team, I mean, Lauri, yeah, he's going to get boards as well. But Zach LaVine, Otto Porter Jr., these guys aren't like a terrific rebounder. So Wendell's going to get every opportunity to average a double-double, and I believe he can certainly do it. And if he gets the minutes, it is there, folks. On a per-minute basis, this guy's very, very good. So to me, Wendell Carter Jr., I can certainly see him averaging about 12 points, 10 rebounds, and a block and a half, but certainly averaging a double-double, and that is my number 4 bold prediction. Now let's move on to number 3, and that is Zach LaVine, finishing top 10 in the NBA in scoring. Yes, that's right, and this is bold, folks, because here's the thing. Zach LaVine last year averaged 23.8 points per game, and you might have thought, oh, wasn't he already close to being top 10, Fies? It was actually 18th, okay? And that's a big jump from 18th to 10, okay? I'm talking elite here, top 10 best in the NBA at putting the ball in the basket. And that's going to require Zach to not just average about 25, more like 26, around 26, 27 points per game. And I believe Zach can do it. Now, certainly he'll get all the minutes and all the opportunities. The only other guy on this team that's going to score a lot is going to be Lauri, but Zach is going to have every chance to put the ball in the basket and average, more than 25 points per game, and he can even make an all-star berth. But again, to me, the bold prediction here is that he finishes top 10 in scoring, okay? So I believe Zach LaVine finishes top 10 in scoring, and he certainly has the talent, and he will have the opportunity to do so. Let's move on to number 2, and we're getting bolder here, folks. Lauri Markkanen becomes the second best player from his own draft class, the 2017 draft class. Now, you guys might not remember that draft class, but it had some pretty good players in it. We had Donovan Mitchell, we had Jason Tatum, we had De'Aaron Fox, we also had Lonzo Ball. Now, again, Lonzo Ball to me is not that great, but if you guys also remember, the number 1 pick that year was Markelle Fultz, who, of course, thus far has been a bust and is already on his second team. But I believe Lauri's got the opportunity to become the second best. And this year, if he does what I think he'll do, which is average about 20 points per game, 20-plus points per game, and 10-plus rebounds a game, he can prove to be the second best player in this entire draft class. The only reason I say second and not first is because, of course, of Donovan Mitchell, who's the best player on his own team. And to me, it's between Lauri and Zach, who's the best player on the Bulls. But certainly he's got the opportunity to do so. I believe Lauri, give me Lauri over Jason Tatum. Give me Lauri over De'Aaron Fox, over Lonzo Ball. All those guys. Basically everybody besides Donovan Mitchell, folks. And I believe Lauri Markkanen is going to prove it to you this year. What can't this guy do, man? Stretch it out, hit the 3, rebound, defend. He's starting to defend as well, folks. I'm telling you, Lauri is going to surprise a lot of people this year. Now, finally, let's move on to number 1, the biggest and the boldest prediction, folks. Here, hang with me here, all right? This is pretty bold. But again, this is why it's number 1, okay? The Bulls compete for the 5th seed. Yes, that's right, the 5th seed, folks. And you might think, all right, Fies, you're gone crazy. The Bulls might not even make the playoffs, and here you have them making the 5th seed. No, I don't have them making the 5th seed. I said I have them competing for the 5th seed. Now, here is why. Here's the method to my madness. There's 2 teams in the Eastern Conference that are head and shoulders above everybody else. I think you would agree. I would agree. It's the Sixers and the Bucks. I have the Sixers above the Bucks. But whatever order you want to put them in, it doesn't matter. They're the class of the conference. Kawhi Leonard just left. Raptors are down, okay? Kevin Durant's out for the year. The Nets are down. The Celtics, okay, they're next in that tier. So it goes Sixers, Raptors, and then a break or a distance. And then you've got the Celtics. And then after the Celtics, who really scares you, okay? The Pacers with Victor Oladipo coming back. The Nets, again, no Kevin Durant. Who scares you in the Eastern Conference? The Miami Heat, the Detroit Pistons. All I'm saying is the Bulls will have an opportunity to prove that they're in that class with the other teams below, those 3 teams I mentioned. Besides the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Celtics. Who scares you? Who scares you in the conference, folks? And I don't think anyone else does, so I believe the Bulls can do it. They can compete. Now, you would have to be somewhere between, I would say, 42 to 45 wins. But I believe the Bulls have the talent. They certainly have the talent. It's about the coaching, and it's about, the chemistry and putting it all together and playing well defensively. So, like I said, that's why it's bold. I don't think anybody else scares me in this conference besides those 3 teams. So I believe the Bulls can do it. So there you have, folks, my top 5 bold predictions for the Chicago Bulls this coming season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below if you agree, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching.